Hello everyone and welcome to our channel. Today I'll be reading a multi-character thriller by me, so let's get into it. Child. Child was very considerate, and he was in tune with your emotions, so seeing you cry would shock him, but he would know how to deal with it. Having had so many siblings, he might seem cold at first, but he knew very well that he was caring, and he knew how to deal with your emotional outbursts too. So you just hold your hand, asking if you want to talk to him. If you say no, he'd be understanding, giving you a tight hug, and staying with you until you let it all out, stroking your hair, and hoping that his presence will help wash all the troubles away. He knew it was too much to wish for, but whatever you need him for, he was going to help you with that. And after you're done, and you talk to him, he takes you out to a restaurant or orders a delivery for you, depending on what you prefer. He just wanted to cheer you up, that's all. Albedo, much like Child, Albedo would know how to deal with you crying, having been taking care of Glee for a very long time now. So seeing you cry would not be very surprising to him. He would hug you, uncup your face in his hands, wiping away your tears, and kissing your forehead, telling you to let it all out. And after you're done, he tries to calm you down, watching as your sniffles wash away. And soon enough, you're quiet, red-rimmed eyes closing as you melt into Albedo's hold. And he keeps holding you until you sleep, because right now, the most thing you needed was rest. And later on, when you wake up, you could tell him whatever you wanted about the problem you were facing, and he would help you, no matter how hard or difficult it was. Venti. Yeah, Venti does like to avoid his own emotions, so dealing with other people's emotions could be a big deal for him. Regardless, you were his partner and he was an extremely kind person. So he wouldn't just avoid it. He would hug you tightly, asking what's going on if you could fix it. And whatever you say, he'll be there with you. And sometimes, when you were crying, he would try to calm you down by taking you on a little wind trip, the two of you floating up right above the skies and watching the stars in the galaxy. And the sight was so bewildering that it would always calm you down. As Venti held you close to him, the two of you relaxing as the stars watched over you in the same way you would watch them. Kazuha. Kazuha would be calm externally and freaking out internally. You might think the things that make him panic was fighting samurai or any other thing, but what truly makes him panic sometimes is you crying because he didn't know the reason, and he just wanted to help you, but he didn't know if he was doing the right thing. At first, he would kiss your palm, asking if you could help or do anything, and based on your response, he will proceed. If you tell him that's not what you're asking for right now, then he'll be understanding. He would just hold your hand, squeezing it gently, and take you on a walk. And after that, the two of you would sit against a tree, with your head laying down in his lap, as he would hum for you, trying to calm you down. And after that, any explanation could come later, because Kazuha just didn't want to see you cry. Scaramouche. If you knew about him before he turned into a Fatui harbinger, you would know that he would cry too much. And that's exactly why Raiden abandoned him. So, Scaramouche had a very, complex relationship with crying. But, all that aside, he would try to put it away for you, but he would be hesitant and nervous in the way he acts. He would perhaps give you a tissue and tell you that when you calm down, he'll be right there. He will sit next to you, but he won't try to take any action. Because, well, crying just made him uncomfortable. And maybe we need to have to talk about that. But later, because, well, you couldn't do anything when you were crying, right? Xiao. Xiao, much like Scaramouche, was not familiar with things like crying and letting out his own emotions, but he was different in the way he dealt with that. He would hold you and try and calm you down, because to him, it didn't matter how he felt about his own emotions or the act of crying itself. He would never upset you further when you were already like that. He would cup your face in his hands and kiss your hair and forehead, telling you that as long as he was right here, no one could make you cry. So whoever it was, just tell him, and you'll erase any reason that you'd be crying right now. Scary, but hey, he was trying to help, right? And also it was kind of hot. Thoma, the ultimate mother in this situation, because Thoma would give you hugs, he would kiss you, and he would also make sure that you are well physically. So, he would make sure that you sleep well. He would make you soup or a warm meal, and if you did not like soup, then he was sure to make you a meal that you loved very much. He's so caring, and he always tries to make you a lot happier than you already are. And it somehow always worked, even if it was just a simple act of kindness. It was always about the love and care you put into it, and the attention to detail, like what you liked, what you hated, and what made you comfortable. If you liked cats, Zhongli was thousands of years old, and as a deity, he knows very well how to deal with everything, be it some difficulties, like fighting another god, or calming you down from crying. He would be very quiet and soothing. He would just hold you quietly because he knows you don't need any questions or someone trying to offer you solutions when you're simply trying to get over it. So until it passes, he'll be there, quiet, but his presence would be reassuring enough that you'd quiet down. And then he would offer to tell you a story, something to get your mind off of it. And when you were ready, you could tell him what you wanted, and he would help you. You knew he would, because Childe was like a rock for you. He was someone you could lean on. No matter how bad the times were, he'd always be by your side.